back in August. I don't have time to focus on it until after bowl season. Tennessee really kind of took me by storm. I did not think they were going to be this good. And sure enough, I don't think anybody thought they were going to be a top 3 team. That's for sure. But it's interesting to see that Ken Pom has it at 2. Because if you just blindly asked me, what would I make this line? I would have said Kentucky minus 4.5.
Yeah.
So whenever there's something like that has me circled, it has me going, what am I missing here? And it probably means I should be on the dog. So I haven't made an official play. Obviously, there's no line out yet. But if it's like 1 or 2, I may be on the Volunteers. And that's just because I really think that people are going to expect a big bounce back game from Kentucky, and they may lose 2 in a row.
I get that. Absolutely. I almost, if you want the Vols, maybe you wait a little bit here. I thought that when I started handicapping out, I was already, circling that I'm going to be betting Tennessee. But now, once I started capping it, I was like, wait a minute. I kind of put the brakes on a little bit because I need to see the line first. This game set up really well for Kentucky coming off that tough last-second loss, right? Very controversial non-call for offensive goaltending on LSU. For some god-awful reason, that's not reviewable. And I don't understand how they just can't get that right. Instead, they stop the game for 5 minutes for stuff that's that won't even be called on a playground. With fifth graders, literally. The extra day of rest for Kentucky is also another good spot for them. Tennessee just took care of business against South Carolina, didn't cover, but they're looking to this game. Even with the supreme motivation, this is Kentucky's toughest opponent probably since Duke. I think there may not be a better team in the paint than the Wildcats. Top 3 in the nation in rebounding, right? They're top 18 in offense, top 9 in defense, but they kind of lack 3 things that benefits Tennessee a little bit. I think Kentucky doesn't defend the 3 that well. They only rank 234th in the nation on KenPom defending the 3, while Tennessee shoots the 3, second best in the SEC. The Wildcats tend to turn the ball over a little bit, ranking 159th in turnover percentage, while the Vols rank 26th. And most importantly, Tennessee's got the experience. They got the upperclassmen, like Admiral Schofield, right? Grant Williams, Jordan Bone. These guys have been in these big spots before. They've been in the tournament last year. There's some guys playing for Kentucky that haven't. Some starters here. Tennessee's also second in field goal percentage in the nation, 51.3% field goal percentage, and 50.8 on the road. That's crazy high. Tennessee somehow scores more points on the road. They're statistically better on the road, averaging 87 points per game, while Kentucky is, as usual, better at home in defense, allowing 61 points per game. The thing that makes me nervous about Tennessee, right? I just made a huge argument for Tennessee, is that they haven't faced a top 30 team since they beat Gonzaga on December 9th. Since December 9th, Tennessee has not faced a top 30 team. And I don't mean just the AP. I mean top 30 on KenPom, Bart Torvik, whatever Vegas power rankings you want to look up. Kentucky has faced 7 top 30 teams, and they only lost to LSU, So the crazy thing to me, Tennessee allows 63 points per game at home, but they allow 77 points on the road. That's a ton. The Cats are 7-7 against the spread at home, while the Vols are an amazing 5-1 against the spread on the road. So I think the only way I can look at this game, unless the spread, like you said, gets 4.5, 5 points, is the over. If the over is less than 148, and I know Kentucky's got the great defense.
I actually like that. That's a really, you make a good point there.
Thank you. And I think it's just because you look at 2 things. What does Tennessee allow on the road? What do they score on the road? It's astronomical. They're going to play fast. There are going to be a lot of fouls at the end of this game. There's going to be teams in the double bonus. If you really want to bet this game, I like over 146 because that's what KenPom has. I probably like it up to 148, 149.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a really good point, and especially if you do think it's going to be a close game. Let's say it comes out 1.5, 2, and you think it's going to be a close game. Instead of betting either side, you're right. Bet that there's going to be a ton of fouls at the end. Bet that there's going to be an absolute dogfight offensively.
Yeah. When it comes to these two high-powered teams, the whistles will be blowing. I love the over here, but I can't wait to watch this game because this is going to be 100% the best game of the weekend.
Oh, for sure. And I agree with you 100%. That's exactly what I said yesterday on Wager Talk. I said I don't know if I'll end up being involved in this game, but it will be one of the games that I'm really excited to watch.
Well, I took up enough of your time, Kelly. We went a little bit over. Thank you so much for being patient with us. As always, have a fantastic weekend. Best of luck in all your bets.
Awesome. Thank you.
So before we go, in honor of Kelly's awesome moneyline dog parlay, I've decided that I'm going to give one out as well. Now, remember, don't try this at home, folks. But I'm going to play this Eastern Michigan, Pittsburgh, Rutgers, and Northwestern this weekend. Eastern Michigan plays Kent State. Kent State is on only 1 day of rest. Pittsburgh is playing a very injured Virginia Tech team, and they are dying for a win. Rutgers is playing an Iowa team. Iowa is not good on the road, or at least not as good. Rutgers has improved. And Northwestern is playing an injured Nebraska team. Nebraska just won a game. Northwestern is dying for a win as well. So most likely going to be on those sides. But if you want an ugly moneyline parlay, that is one we are going to be playing. All right, well, that was the wonderful Kelly Stewart. You can tweet her at Kelly in Vegas. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. Best of luck on all of your plays, and go get some winners.